All right, everybody, how's it going? I'm all right. Thank you very much. It's a new year, a new season of 343 TV. And yeah, it's been busy lately, let me tell you guys. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Who's in the chat today? I like doing this rambling on a little bit and warming up and talking to the chat before we start the show, just as a way to kind of get things rolling. Who was first in the chat today? A new name, Mauricio Dinardi. Welcome. He has a good question here. I'm going to bring that up in a bit. Anyway, welcome. Of course, Thomas from 343 Labs is on the spot. He's hanging out. He's got my back. F-Stop is here. John H. Kingston III from Rockaway Park. Martin Crockett. Live Society. Din McKine. First time attendance. Loving every show. Thank you very much. He says bring back, or I'm assuming bring more electro. I promise. I got some good stuff coming. Today is techno. And actually, I believe that Mauricio will be happy with what I had planned already, because it sort of closely lines up with what his question is, or his request, let's say. Who else is in here? Did I already say Live Society? I did. Happy New Year to you and to all. Is it too late to say Happy New Year at the end of January? Meditation Maine. Hey, what's up? I almost said mediation. That's a whole nother thing. Michael Black, welcome. Georges, bonjour. Bonjour, hello. That was too many hellos in different languages. David Z is here. Welcome. Kinetic Stringwell. And VLR is here. Hi. Acid Bat. I like that. Acid Bat. Giacomo. Razy Rojas. Nihilist 23 UK. Hey, what's up? Simple Sam is in the house as very often, if not always. Meditation Main wants to hear some cool 303 patterns. Michael Black is like, Electro 303. It is almost too late to say New Year's, Michael. I agree. Let's get on with it. Whoa, look at that chat already. So I'm here at 343 Labs in our updated content studio. I'm still rebuilding my OBS scenes. I don't have all the animation and craziness yet, but getting there, right? Sort of reconstructing what was and then doing a couple things in a new way. We've been really busy at 343 recently. There's all sorts of stuff going on. Of course, as always, our music production courses, synthesis sound design, which I do. Abe is doing mixing courses and Ableton Live courses. I also do Ableton Live courses. Anyway, you see us here on 343T every week, and we're also teaching courses and private lessons, and we've got 343 Studio launching imminently. That's the subscription program we've got going on. Keep an eye out for that. It's happening, right? We've got major construction going on here in our main area. I did something fun today. I set up a camera. Check this out. So these guys, these amazing guys, are installing a glass, insulated glass sliding door wall. And it's basically taking our large space and dividing it up so we can close it off for more privacy for classrooms and for classroom use. And then we could open it up and use the extra space there for when we need to have a higher capacity for events. But yeah, we're really psyched about this. Anyway, I thought it would be fun to set this up. This is part of the studio upgrade that I'm trying to hook up here, is that we can actually have cameras and audio coming from any room here in the school and do live broadcasts for live events, for these streams, even for the classroom usage, kind of a hybrid in-person remote situation. So that's sort of on the horizon. And of course, also this content room I'm in is going to be set up for our good friend and 343 TV leader, Techno, to help us produce some content, right? Aside from the live streams. You're going to see this year a big uptick in new videos, new content, new tutorials, all sorts of things going on, both here on YouTube and then, of course, what we're doing for our 343 Studio subscription plan. So, sorry, my brain is like speeding up and slowing down real quick. Let's just tune back in here to the chat for a second. And Simple Sam says, is this a live cam? Yes, that is happening right now. I could actually go out there I could actually go out there and show you. You know what? I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Check this out. Let's bring that back up. I'm going to go over to my mixer here and switch over to my wireless. All right. I have a wireless lav mic on, so hopefully the range will work and my audio won't drop out, but I'm going to go out there and say hi and see what they're doing just for a moment. So bear with me as I exit the room and enter the other one. All right, here we are. Hey guys, how's it going?
We have problems.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, I mean, it's very hard to push and pull it.
Oh, sliding.
Figure out what is, we don't really understand this plan.
I see. Well, I hope you guys work it out. You guys have done an amazing job so far.
Yeah. So we're trying to find out something about the wheels.
Cool.
They're on the truck.
All right. You got Max's number?
Yeah, I do have.
And he's going to be here, so if you need anything, just let him know. All right. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
All right. Hopefully that worked out and you guys saw what was happening. You could hear me while I was talking. And anyway, here we are. Back in the room. I love doing stuff like this. I love having fun with live broadcasting and playing around and learning new things. So let's get my other mic going on again. There we are, back on the regular mic. And just in time, Thomas has dropped into the chat here our giveaway this week, which is 200 Ableton bucks. Ableton Live bucks. Anyway, 200 for you guys to spend if you should win, right? Enter. The link is right here in the chat. And good luck with that. So anyway, I don't know if you heard what the man was saying out there, but they're making progress getting these big, heavy sliding doors working properly, moving back and forth. So good luck to them, and thanks to them for all this hard work that they're doing. All right. And as far as, again, gosh, what a way to start the year. As far as this giveaway, of course, we will announce the winner towards the end of the show. Watch the chat here, and I will give a nice congratulations and a shout out when that happens. So, Acid Bat wants me to order tacos. Taco Techno Tuesdays was always a thing back when they did the show on Tuesdays, but never got around to doing it. So yeah, maybe one day we'll do something food oriented. You know, I could set up a kitchen. We could, get some guests in, have a party, have a few drinks. And I see also Abe called me out yesterday about how I did a rendition. I sang a rendition of Copacabana when he did a remix for DJ Hell. So yeah, y'all can look that up on YouTube if you really need to hear that. We're not going to do that now. So I love you guys at the chat. You're saying all sorts of fun stuff. It is right. This is an IRL stream today. This is real. It's really happening. We got the construction cam going on, but we also do want to make some techno and do some music production, right? That's why I'm here. So now I want to roll back up again. Let's see. Where is this comment from Mauricio? Mauricio. Come on. There it is. Mauricio Denardi. Love your show today. Thanks very much. Some compound techno sound, aka Glenn Wilson style. Now I know exactly who you're talking about. I like Glenn Wilson. I've been playing his records since back in the day. Got some older compound records. I haven't been keeping up with the new stuff, I promise, but he was always one of these guys you could rely on for tough, rolling, banging techno. Definitely on the harder side. Not always, but often totally rolling. A lot of like distorted drum loops and crazy stabs and things like that. I like his style, and I used to play his stuff when I was playing harder edged. So as it happened, I already kind of had a plan to fool around with some chopped up drum loops and making kind of a more rolling, drummy, harder edge groove today. So that kind of lines up pretty well with this request. And actually, just so you all know what he is referring to, let's see. Let's get the screen share set up. I have I just quickly brought up a playlist on YouTube of Glenn Wilson tracks. So, ooh, here we go. I need the Stream Deck set up. It's so easy to click on the wrong scene. Anyway, so here's some Glenn Wilson. Let's hear what this sounds like. But definitely rolling, pushing forward, high pressure, cut up drum loops, fast loops. You hear it's ubiquitous in this kind of techno. You got the shiny, bright ride cymbals going on top. Just layers of percussion being added in the high frequencies, especially just to amp up the energy. But then some cool atmosphere. There's like that kind of breathy loop or whatever that is in the background. Nice. Max Wild. Max is like, is everything okay, John? Everything is fine. Everything is good. Maybe I had one too many coffees from down the block. We got a new spot. Nice guy working there the other day. I was talking about Lenny D, and he was like, oh, I know who that is. And we started chatting about techno and raves and hard techno and all that stuff. That was a nice random thing to happen at our neighborhood espresso spot here by 343 Labs. All right, so you hear what's going on. That's like brutal pushing forward, not too banging. It's not hardcore. It's like freight train rolling. It's not I don't think of this as like industrial techno either. This is just like hard groove, I think, is what the Ben Sims kind of style is similar. It's a little groovier than this, right? But it's definitely just this like pushing forward. It's the way it's mixed. It's like everything's just a little bit distorted, a little bit harsh, and I like that. And so we could go that way a little bit today with what I was starting to work on. So yeah, here we are in Ableton Live. Now, pretty much what I decided to do was just start with any drum loop, almost any drum loop. I feel like more rough, rugged, acoustic drums are good. You could try old funk and soul or old rock drum loops. But I feel like it shouldn't be too clean and pristine. And you could use drum loops made from synthetic drums from drum machines, but I feel like you want the live drums because you hear different tonal changes when they hit the drums in different ways. Of course, you can go for like percussion loops like conga, that kind of stuff, Latin percussion. But I just, this is, what have I got? This is a live pack, chop and swing, that you get when you buy the live suite. And it's got a bunch of rough, sort of dirty hip hop / funk. These would be perfect to start to like chop up and make techno loops out of. And I'm going to, combine these with effects and whatever. All right, so before I do that again, let's check out and see what I already started with. So this, what does this say? Bonus breaks 102 beats per minute. So that was this one. And it doesn't have a lot of bass in it. It's more kind of ringy, metallic snare, and you can hear the guy like yelling in the background. There's the room noise. Everything's rattling. That's what I want. I want all those little dirty details in the sound. All right. Okay. So I turn that into this. That loud enough? Maybe I just need to turn my headphones up. All right, there's some effects on there. So this is just using Ableton slice to MIDI, right? It took that loop, put it in a drum rack, and then I can go in and edit and play around with each of those little slices. And, I made a new sequence out of it. And then adding to that, right, EQ drum bus, just to like punch it up a little bit more. It was a little dull. I wanted some highs. Like, you know, that's what it sounds like dry. Brighten it up. And then destroy it. And now it's really the compression and the saturation and the transient shaping and the drum bus is really giving it some meat. Getting more Glenn Wilson-like now, a little dirtier, full on. All right, and then I did the same. Well, this one is actually, I didn't slice this one. This is just another loop from this library. But here, let's hear what that one sounds like without any adulteration. Like if we just make this a whole 2 bars long and turn off the effects for a second. So this is what we started with. So not chopping this, just I like this one because it's not as mid-rangey. It's got this, you're hearing like a kick drum or a low tom doing that rumbly thing in the background, and then these little hi-hats and the rim shot, and it had a little bit of flavor. Right, so this is what it ends up. I actually went back to, now it sounds like a samba. EQ it, add some weight to it, you know, and that's combining together with the other one. I just realized I left the door open. I can hear them out there having fun. Or not, I don't know. We're working today. Today, we're hard at work at 343. All right, now we got the kick drum in there. Right, nice comment here from Sam Kitt. Says, putting the warp mode to beats and doing the transient shortening thing makes such good percussive layers for your rhythms. And yeah, I'm kind of taking, you're absolutely right. I do that kind of stuff too. So just to show you guys what he means, if I'm in here and I turn the granulation resolution, if I change that to, well, it's basically turning it off. It's not granularizing in between the transients anymore. And then it's chopping up and you're just hearing the short little bit of the drum at the beginning where the transients are. That's great. That's tight. I might keep that for something, right? So that's definitely cool. But doing it with the slice to MIDI lets me have each one of these in a simpler, and then I can go in and shape them shorter, right? I can adjust the start and the end where I want them to. I can pan them. I can put individual effects on them. And that actually reminds me what I did with this one. This guy. It's got, that's the one with the little voice in it. Put the filter on it. Right, I can just have that one slice sound different than all the other ones. Come on, you. Whoa, this one's going out of sync. Listen to that. Let's try that again. Back in sync. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but when you can make these so they're not even amounts of beats, and you can make your loops drift out of sync slowly. It's just a little bit longer than a bar. I wish I could have control over that in real time. That'd be amazing. Making things go out of sync on purpose would be fun. And then having control over it. All right, there's that. Both of those loops are being set to a delay. I'm sorry, they're set to a return. It's going through distortion, through this overdrive, and then it's going into the delay. And that's adding another layer of texture, of dirt, of rhythmic complexity because of the delay. So that's what this sounds like. So I'm like making another layer of drums by crunching them, distorting them, and then making them delay. And I can play around with the filter on the overdrive. It kind of ties it all together. Different parts of the track will have different energy levels depending on what I do with that. Where's my hi-hat? All right, Michael Black says close the door. I'm gonna go close the door. I'll be right back. You just groove out here for a second. All of this on-camera, off-camera thing today is just crazy. I could almost just arrange this already, just with what I got. I need to get some ride cymbals in here, because you want the ride cymbals to come back in when they come in when the kick drum comes back in. Let's do it. There it is. We'll do a little velocity. And everything is so dirty and crunchy. I love it. I don't mind it pitched up a little bit. I'm going to turn the voice retrigger off, and then they overlap and it sounds all whooshy and noisy. If you've been following along, I do this all the time with my ride cymbals and hi-hats and things. Let's see, I'm going to randomly detune. So each ride cymbal is just slightly different, and it's detuning, and sounds like a chorus. I was just having a thought about the effects. I love how the filter sweep on the overdrive sounds on this delay, going into this delay. But you probably notice when it's up like this, all the bass goes away, or at least it's less resonant. And then when it's down here, it sounds. I like both. I might want to do both. So I might need 2 returns, or I could also build this up into racks on each individual drum track, which is another possibility. Wow, my heart's racing already. This is getting my energy going. And who needs coffee? Let's check back in with the chat. How's everybody doing? These guys. Oh, look, they got the doors sliding. When I went out there to say hello and see what was up, the guy was like, yeah, we're not, something stuck, like the doors aren't sliding right. And he showed me the plans, and I'm like, yeah, call Max if you need anything. But it looks like I just saw them moving it easily. It looks like they're working that out, and it's starting to come together. I mean, yesterday there was nothing there. Today we got this beautiful acoustically insulated glass wall, which is incredible. Nice. So Abe Duque is here. Abe Duque says use 2. Yes, that's what we'll do. When you come back, we're going to set up, I'm going to be a little more precise about those effects so I can have more choices, right? I'll have 2 layers of things going on. And Acid Bat says he's nicely caffeinated. I definitely am. Villain wants more shuffle. I like shuffle too. In this case, I don't want to have to. I want freight train. I want it rolling and grooving, but not like too. We could try swing on another time. All right. Sam is asking, why are we watching the builders? Because the builders are helping us out and we like them. That's what it is. Anyway, you can, I see. Flakes, welcome Flakes, interesting name. You can control it when you loop it in Sampler Simpler and map the endpoint of the loop. Yes, that's right. Good. I've done that before. It escaped me. But yeah, if you put a drum loop in a sampler, and you could beat match it, especially if you've got the warped sample in Simpler, right? You can make the loop shorter and then have this tempo speed up and slow down, and it can go in and out of sync. Very good suggestion. I like that. And yeah, Villain. I'm just going to say Villain because you're not a villain. Would love to see a tutorial on making the old Umek sound. I'm going to have to study that a little bit. I prefer myself the early productions from Umek, and I will have a listen to some stuff from back in the day, and that's a good idea. I like getting these suggestions. I love having this interaction with all of you guys. I'm really happy that today we've got a lot of new names in the chat. Welcome. Thanks for being here. And to everybody who's been sticking with us all along, thanks for being here and coming back and being a part of the community. Of course, one of the reasons why we're doing this all the time is to grow a community. That's what 343 in the beginning, one of the main things behind doing this was, it's music production, right? We're doing workshops, we're doing events. It turned into doing live streaming and all sorts of other things. And we have our online school, and we have our subscription program and all of the things that have grown from the beginning. There was always a strong sense of community and growing and reaching out and making connections, creating a network. And so all of you, when you're here, when you're with us, when we're on YouTube, if we're in our Discord, which there's a link in the description if you want to join our Discord, it's, there's a community, there's a network that you're joining, that you're part of. So really, I'm glad you're all here, and I'm glad that we've been able to kind of keep this going and growing and getting better than ever. So yes. How are we doing? Abe says you always learn something in 343. That's right. I learn something. I've learned about streaming. I've learned about video and lighting. Still, working on that. But I'm learning about, just the general overall big picture of what it takes, from watching Max operate and the other guys behind the scenes at 343, like what it takes to build a company and grow things like they have, so this has been really illuminating for me. So yeah, definitely community, learning, good music. That's what we're doing here. If you haven't already, look for that link to join the giveaway this week, the 200 Ableton bucks. So you can go and, if you already got Ableton Live, upgrade, get some good packs. If you've been thinking about getting Ableton Live, a $200 discount's a really good thing to have. So we'll announce that in just a little bit. Now, let's go back to the music. All right. One of the things I had going on today, since I have this video coming into the stream from the other room, is there's also audio. So you can hear them, right? Now, I don't want to invade their privacy too much more. But basically, earlier, when they were banging on things and throwing stuff around, I captured some audio. And so I routed the audio into live, there's a camera, right? And I just captured, and it sounds not great, right? It's using the laptop mic. I didn't have a nice mic that I could set up easily to capture a more full frequency stereo, whatever signal of that room. But, just to add a couple little interesting weird noises or percussion sounds or some atmospheric noise, right? this is perfect for that because you know they're banging on things, they're using their tools, and so you get the sound of the room and you got the impact of things dropping and being struck, and then occasionally there's a power tool going right. So all of that could be fun for some noisy, dirty techno grooves. So let's see what we got here. All right, and it sounds thin. I wish it had some low end impact. That sounded like a dog. That was weird. Let's go in a little bit. They're listening to music in the background. It's just, you would think, normally you'd listen to something like this and go, I can't use that. That's not a good sample. Yeah, well, I'm going to make it work. That's some kind of, I don't know what that was. Was that like a hammer drill or something? Abe, what did that sound like? All right. So basically the idea is that you go through and you listen to a bunch of noise like that. For a techno loop, I want something short. I mean, I could take this and make like little one-shot percussion samples, but I want to keep some of the in-between weirdness. So I'm just going to look for like little loops that I can mix in with the main drums. And I've set my loop length to like 2 quarter notes. So not a full bar or anything. And let's go back to the beginning here. That's already awesome. Now, you can see I have some effects on this already, which is making it sound better. But even just that is cool. The timing isn't great, but I'm just looking for possibilities. Okay. This one I found earlier. I've got the frequency shifter. It's a mono sound, you know, so I wanted to have some width, you know, a chorus, a flanger, anything with a stereo kind of movement. Not this time I'm using frequency shifter. A little bit of EQ. It's kind of harsh up there, and then squashing the heck out of it. And I don't know if this is 100% totally going to work with the groove, but let's try it. That is perfectly usable. That sounds like a cool, weird percussion slash effect slash voice in the background thing. And I can totally make that work. I might adjust the timing a little bit of that, but wow, this is fun. Like, we got these guys helping us out, building our wall, and I'm actually taking the sound of them working and incorporating it into the techno track that I am making right now for you guys. This is fun. Nice. What are y'all talking about? Talking about wavetable. The wavetable is the bee's knees. I agree. Going to do some wavetable synthesis videos soon, actually. Bee's knees means the dog's danglies. You guys are off on a crazy tangent. Talking about Flakes recommends Vital. Vital's amazing. For a free plugin, it's amazing. Oh my gosh. Definitely. So yeah, this is what Abe Duque gets the last word on the wavetable. Wavetable is the cat's pajamas. That's right. Now, welcome Scott Beckson from Nottingham, UK. Thank you. Glad to have you here. Now, so I've got the sample loops going on from the work in the other room, and I was talking about the effects before. Let's get back to that. And I'm playing around with this overdrive and delay to add texture and rhythmic complexity and like another energy layer of energy, right? Mixed in with those drum loops. And we were talking earlier about making another one of these and making two so that I can have high and low frequencies being processed differently. Because like what I like that, it sounds like I put in a tom, right? But what if I want to also have the higher frequency layer? So kind of the easiest way to do it would be just to duplicate this. Now I'm about to have. Are you going to duplicate or what? The return's not duplicate. What's up with that? Okay, new return. I'm going to go ahead and group these into a rack. Let's copy that. All right. Now I got two. So now I can kind of do the high frequencies and low frequencies separately. That works. I love how little you can get away with techno. You just need a couple of good sounds and a couple of cool effects. And as long as the groove is tight and has the right energy, what more do you want? Well, maybe like a weird noise. That one's kind of cool. It's like almost like a chord stab. Moving that warp marker to get the timing a little tighter. What is that? It's like something banging on something and then, I don't know. I want to clean that up a little bit. Let's use a clip gain envelope just to tailor this a little bit. I mean, again, I could drop this into a simpler and play it with MIDI, but I'm making loops, so let's stick with loops. Let's stick with looping clips. Nice. Let's play around with some effects on this guy. I want it to be like more tonal, more synth-like. Anything that resonates, that adds new frequencies. Spectral resonator. Just a reverb could do it. What else have we got? Corpus could do it, which is also kind of a resonator. What else? Resonators could do it. Resonators is a resonator. It's multiple resonators. Let's try Spectral Resonator, because that's like one of my favorite new, Ableton Live devices. Let's play around a little bit. There's so many possibilities. What about unison? Ah. That sounds dope. I like a little bit of the dry and a little bit of the resonator. Now it's big. Let's see if that works. I should have been doing that with a beat the whole time. Too much low end on the... It's muddy. Play with that sound a little bit more. need synthesizers. I do. That's a track. That's good. Nice. I think I need to eat lunch. I'm feeling my energy is like crashing right now. I'm all excited by this, but now I'm like running out of steam. How are we doing for time? 1:42. I got a few more minutes to finish. You guys are talking about something that I don't recognize. Object from AAS. What is that? Let's take a look. Oh, it's a delay. Applied Acoustics makes some cool stuff. I mean, I'm sure many of you who use Ableton Live know that a bunch of the devices in Live are actually originally designed by AAS. Analog is one, and then the physical modeling instruments, the electric and tension and collision, and then the corpus effect. Those are all designed by AAS. So this was I missed this one. I'm going to have to check this out. This looks cool. I'm definitely into everybody. Who isn't into good delays? Cool, unique delays. I'm all about it. Definitely. So thanks for mentioning that. See, I told you, we're learning. You always learn something at 343. Me too. Instructors and presenters included. Now, you guys are having conversations going on in the chat. It's like, I'm just going to keep making music. All right. Any questions you guys have about what I'm doing, please throw them in here. Another thing you guys can do in the chat, and I'm going to try to keep an eye on this as much as I can over the course of the year, is, specific things you want to see. Like styles of music, producers who do stuff you like. Now, I cannot promise I will do the perfect recreation of an Umek track, but, I like Umek, especially his early stuff. And it's a really good inspiration for getting into making some techno. So that kind of thing. Any suggestions like that? Of course, those of you who are here who are into electro, I love that equally, if not more than techno. I'm really into electro. So that is definitely going to be on the plate. But any specific stuff, like certain types of sounds that you haven't quite figured out how to do, I'd love to explore that with you guys. And, we can definitely dive in. So feel free. Make comments, ask questions, make suggestions. I'm listening. We at 343 Labs are listening to you. And of course, you can always join the Discord, start conversations there, reach out to us there. We do track feedback every now and then. We have our challenges, sample challenges. I was talking to Max the other day about maybe doing some genre-specific challenges, maybe in association with this stream, like having you guys submit your work for certain styles, for certain sound design ideas, and then, we can feature some of those live on the air and talk about it and have a little fun. Nice. Villain is saying check Umek Lanacore for a reference. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's see. We'll go back over to YouTube here. Umek Lanacore. That looks familiar. Consumer Recreation. Oh, yeah. Of course, I have this record. He always had, everything gets tight. Like that drum loopy Glenn Wilson kind of stuff, it's kind of rough and rugged around the edges. This is like razor sharp. We could totally break something like this down. What do we hear? I hear a kick drum. I hear a hi-hat. I hear a snare. Hi-hat, obviously. I hear a synth. I hear a pitch shifting effect on the synth. I hear a bass line. That's it. This is a good one. I used to play this, and I remember, I'm pretty sure I heard Christian Smith play this, and a bunch of people play this back in the day. Nice. All right. We're going to get copyright dinged for this. That's all right. They won't stop us. We'll keep going no matter what. Hopefully that won't go blank one of these days when you're watching this video archived in the future. Who else are we talking about here in the chat? Artists that you're into. I think I see Thomas Chrome. That's another good one. Definitely. I mean, okay, you can go way back. This is probably not exactly what you're thinking of, but like The Real Jazz is amazing. What's Woodcarver? That's the first one that popped up, so I'm assuming that that's a bigger track. Or a more recent track. Let's see. Oh no, this is a drum code record, isn't it? Aha. I like that. So simple, guys. It's just about getting the right sounds. Well, the groove, of course, but like, what was that? Wait. The random freaky feedback noise. Anything goes with techno, I'm telling you. Like, some guys working on your house, set up a microphone. You can make techno out of it. So yeah, I love Thomas Chrome. That's definitely, we're reaching back to the 90s here. Late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, that was definitely a big time for me as a techno producer, and I'm happy to explore that with you guys. Nice. Hydraulics. Dave the drummer. Hey, I like that we're hanging out and listening to music together. This is cool. So Dave the drummer is great. Definitely on the heavier side. I'm cool with that too, man. Oh, that's not too crazy heavy. A little more hypnotic, loopy. All of this stuff is loopy, right? This has got a little funky disco-y vibe to it too. Cool. That might not be the exact of Dave the Drummer sort of track you were thinking, but I definitely have heard some others from him that are rough and tough, powerful, good techno. Nice. So it's 150. I'm going to go back here and listen to this for a minute and think about what else I might want to do with it. I don't know if I have a lot of time to add much in the way of other elements, but let's see where we're at. So we started with this. I feel like that's slow now. The last couple tracks we listened to are like in the 140s, and this one's like, what happens if I speed it up? $140 now. Lost the downbeat for a second. Yeah, it works fast. That's fine. We got our one-note synth lead now. Excuse me. Might need to chop this up. Rhythmically, make some variation. Because, you know, it's so like a thing just to have that offbeat. What if we have it less often? I already have it kind of chopped here. Gonna unlink that loop and make it longer. Okay. Now it's just evil. I got some arranging to do. I mean, arranging this is going to be a piece of cake. It's going to be simple, not too many changes, just building up and growing and making the energy kind of get where you want it to go. Bring some drums in, add in some interesting atmosphere. And I think it's going to be in the subtlety and the details, small changes, little fills, things that happen every now and then. That's what is going to make it more than just a loop. Cool. Hey, Absent, what's up? Glad you're here. Always my kind of techno. I've been listening to your stuff. You've got some good tracks. And someone asked a question here. Philip Lip says, what are your send and return effects? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. So with the drum loops, let me back it up a little bit. All right. So part of the way I set this up was kind of emulating how I used to do it in hardware back then, back in the 90s when this was a new sound, like this kind of drummy, loopy, hard techno stuff. And, you know, I had a mixing desk and I had a Kai sampler and, you know, we would chop up, I would sometimes do this with Christian Smith and, you know, we would sample breaks and disco loops and random tribal drums and then chop them all up and make new grooves out of them. So that's kind of where that started, is I'm using Ableton Live to do it, a sort of a way of how we used to do it, but with the added details and complexity you can have on your DAW. And then a lot of the processing we did on the drums was distortion, filtering, and delay. That's basically it. So that's what the effects processing choice here. So not just with the returns, but you know, this drum loop is getting distorted and crunched up in this drum bus, right? And then it's sending over to a return with another distortion, or actually it's overdrive, and then a delay. So I'm making the delay sound different, right? It's not just repeating the drum sound as it is. The drum sound's getting distorted, filtered and distorted, and then going into the delay. So it sounds like a separate layer. And then the next step was, you know, I was thinking about it, how it sounded, because I'm playing around with the filter and it can sound bright or it could sound dark. But then I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could do both of those things? So I made another return with the same chain, and they can be in different frequencies or have different other effects on them to make that sound different. So now I get both those layers. It's almost like doing multi-band processing in a very rough, non-precise way, but that doesn't matter. It's rough techno. I don't want it to be super surgical. I want it to be a little dirty around the edges, and frequencies overlapping and resonances peeking out, and nothing's perfect about this, which is the way it should be. Nice. Cool. What is Wayne Brown is mentioning a release, Hydraulics 15A original mix. What is that? Were you Dave the drummer track? Yeah. 15. I want to hear it. Ooh. I hope this is the right one. Yeah, it is. 15A. Cool. A lot of this is sample based. Filtered, kind of groovy stuff in the middle. Whoa, there's the big bass line. Nice. I like this. Yeah, we can get into that. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the suggestion. Right. So have we announced our winner yet? Thomas, is the winner announced in our giveaway this week? Who won? I don't see it in the chat. I hope I didn't miss it. But yeah, Thomas, as soon as you get a chance, give us that name. Let us know who is the winner of the $200 Ableton Buck giveaway. this week. And in the meantime, today I'll start wrapping things up. It has been fun today. It's been a little bit crazy. What a way to start the year. This whole week, and I honestly, it's not over yet. We've got a lot going on. It's been crazy. I've been here at 343 every day. We've been working on the studio here. We've got the new wall being built out there, obviously. We've got video shoots happening. Tetro's in town. We're all getting together, hopefully, just to hang out and have fun this evening. I don't know who all can be there, but I'm looking forward to that. And Ted says he could not figure out how to enter. I'm sorry about that. There should have been a pinned link at the top of the chat if you don't see that there. But sorry you missed out this time. Congratulations to our winner this week, Manuel Farning. You are the lucky recipient of 200 Ableton bucks. Thanks to Ableton for providing us that prize for our giveaway this week. And yeah, nice one. Make good use of it. If you don't already have Ableton Live, you know what to do. And if you already have Ableton Live, you know what to do. Get good packs. Definitely into that. Like the drum loops I got today were just from a live pack. There's so much stuff there that you can make anything with. And I also like that they've been upping the ante with like orchestral packs and higher quality things. Like they did a partnership with Spitfire. Like that's another thing. I don't use those too much at techno, but I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I should do a stream where I make techno out of orchestral samples. Would that work? I think it would. Definitely. Like plucked strings and timpani and brass stabs. That could totally work. And I'll put distortion on everything. It'll be great. So thank you, everybody. Wayne Brown, your first live stream of mine. Thank you very much. Really glad you enjoyed it. I got to work. I just realized this scene, the chat and the overlays are battling. I need to, this is the new setup. It'll get better. So yeah, thanks very much. Farning just bought Ableton. Awesome. And we had fun today. This was good. So these guys, wow, I'm impressed. They're getting this wall up so fast. I hope they don't mind that they were featured on my live stream today. Sorry, guys. And anyway, it's just amazing how quickly this thing is coming together. We've got this whole new setup here, which we're all psyched about here at 343. Come back on Tuesday. We got Tetro. He's got his call-in show, Tetro Talks. And then Abe is back on Friday. I'm back on Saturday. So yeah, we're streaming less often. It's just Tetro, Abe, and I. I assume we will have occasional special events and things like that. So it's always evolving and changing here at 343. We're growing. We're reaching out. We're getting new people to tune in, which hopefully, I love that I've got new names in the chat. Thanks for watching today. And that's going to be it. Really enjoyed the time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you next week.